I want to go through the process of calculating a number needed to treat. Now, I know you don't like statistics and you're already bored, but it's important. We all have to do things we don't want to do, and just kind of bear with me. We'll go fast, I promise. So I took this table from the results section of the CAPiTA trial, which, if you're not familiar with it, was the study that got Prevnar 13 vaccine the indication for all patients 65 and over. So when the study first came out, they reported an efficacy of 45.6%. And the difference between placebo and Prevnar was significant, as you can see there. And there's the 45.6%. But what does this information mean? Like, how do we take this and show a patient how they can benefit, or can they benefit? So the first thing we need to do is calculate the risk. So if we look at the Prevnar arm, there were 49 cases of pneumonia, and we take that and divide it by all the patients in the Prevnar arm, which was over 42,000 patients. I did that up here in the corner already. So we get this number right here, which is the risk of acquiring pneumonia after Prevnar. Then we did the same thing with placebo, and we get this number here, which is the chance of having pneumonia without the vaccine. So the first thing we can do is calculate what we call the relative risk reduction. So how much that risk is reduced when you compare that Prevnar arm directly to the control arm. So we just take the risk from the control, subtract the risk from the Prevnar group, and divide that all over by the control again, which gives us, and turn that into a percentage here, and 45.6%, which is the efficacy they reported. The problem is this information, because it's the relative risk reduction, is only comparing the Prevnar group directly to the control group. We don't know if this information is really all that important compared to the entire population. We only know the difference, the percentage that it was actually reduced comparing the two arms. But if we take out the control group down here and we just look at the absolute risk reduction, so absolute risk reduction, and we take, again, the risk from control and just divide it, subtract it from the risk from Prevnar and leave that as it is, that gives us our absolute risk reduction, which in this case is 0.097%. So now from there, I can take this absolute risk reduction and calculate a number needed to treat. And remember, a number needed to treat is just 1 over the absolute risk reduction. So I can take 1 over 0.00097, because I'm turning it into a regular number instead of a percentage, which is going to equal roughly 1,030. So it takes treating 1,030 people with Prevnar in order to prevent 1 extra case of pneumonia. We can go into whether or not that's a good recommendation then for everyone who's 65 and over to get it. I'm not even going to go into that. I just want to look at the actual numbers and show that the 45.6% efficacy that was reported doesn't necessarily reflect to the 1,030 patients that's actually needed to treat in order to prevent a case. So I bring this up because we always need to be able to calculate these numbers on our own and actually do some more digging on these studies and not just take them at face value. It's a really important skill, very easy to do, can only take a couple minutes, and it's something that we really need to be doing before we're just jumping to conclusions and making recommendations for actual patients. Feel free to give me your comments and let me know what you think. Thanks.